back again, and I'm here to refute the claims that were made earlier by Jenna and Adrian once more. And earlier, Jenna mentioned that there are allergens that would be inserted into foods if they were genetically modified, but the thing is that, as I said earlier in my argument, that the USDA does have acts against this, and they say that if a new food includes an allergen that consumers would not expect to be present based on the name of the food, the presence of that allergen must be disclosed within the label. So honestly, I don't understand how America could allow these allergens to potentially be harmful to their consumers. And with corn producing insecticide and how it's not natural, well, the thing is that genetically modified food in itself is not natural, but it's commonly occurring, and everything is very all foods are genetically modified, so there is no room for that everything's not natural, because in essence even organics aren't very natural within themselves. And if you want to clearly label modified foods, then how is that possible when everything that we consume in itself is genetically modified? Let's see. And also, when it comes to marketing and clearly labeling these genetically modified foods on products, this does restrict people in purchasing or in looking at what sort of foods that they can consume, as evidenced by the European Union and Japan, where they do have genetically modified food labeled onto their products. The European Union studies have been performed to lead to the conclusion that only a small number of GM labeled products were on sale and being purchased in several European countries. It can be concluded that European consumers are restricted in their choices with respect to their purchases of GM foods. So in essence, what the European Union did is that they completely eliminated genetically modified food from their grocery industry, and what happened was that people were completely limited in purchasing only foods that were not genetically modified. But then in itself, that did not necessarily give them a choice, as what Adrian said, where people deserve the right to know, but then they also deserve the right to choose in what is available to them. However, genetically modified food in itself, if you label it and then you put a label on it, you limit that aspect that people can choose from what options are available to them. And let's see, going back into and also back into the marketing as well. If it first is not clear that there are economic incentives for firms to provide GM labeling information, the market will not voluntarily provide this information. Instead, firms will provide what is most profitable and least risky, which could mean that only genetically modified or genetically modified free products would be available. Both of these alternatives outcomes would not necessarily improve consumer information.